Student volunteers, please sit and be present with the full session and enjoy. It's one of the most important panel of the entire Heritage International Conclave. First, I would like to invite Professor Paridaji, retired collector from Koraput. We have Professor Panchanan Mahansa from Central University of Hyderabad, Professor Vibhu Prasad Naikji from Tata Institute of Social Science, Hyderabad, our former Vice Chancellor, Bhagaban University, Professor Kumar Dasji, to join this session to look forward. And this session would be presided by Professor Panchanan Mahant. And the session theme is Development Disconnects and the Role of Policymaker in Adivasi Development.
Hello.
I'm not sure if, good morning first of all, namaskar. I'm not sure if we should speak in Odia or English. That, sometimes we are told that we should speak in Odia, sometimes we are told that we should. Is there anybody who doesn't understand Odia? Okay, then we'll do it in English. Okay. So, but the students, you are free to ask us questions either in Odia or in English. That's not an issue. But we'll do it in English because there are some colleagues who do not understand Odia. So for the sake of their convenience, we'll be doing it in English. Okay. Now, development disconnect. So that's the theme of this panel discussion. And development has a definition, but the definition varies the way you look at it. So that's very important. When you talk about development, whose development? Who are going to be developed within course? So these are the issues, and I will not elaborate on that. I would request Professor Kumar Das. He was a professor of economics, also Vice Chancellor of Bhagaban University. But let me tell you, Bhagaban is always written with F, which is bad, wrong, because Bhagaban himself has written PH, and the company that he started is PM Senapati and Co. Not P. Some of us have made it F. It cannot be changed now, but I have started writing always PH. Those of you or those of us who are going to write about Bhagaban, please make sure that you write PH, not F. So with these words, I would request Professor Kumar Das to make his presentation.
Good morning to all of you. I'm extremely delighted to be amongst you today. And I'm told that I should speak in English. Normally, I used to speak in mixed language, sometimes English, sometimes Odia, sometimes Hindi also. Anyway, language is not a problem. The theme is so interesting, so contemporary, so relevant today in the world of globalization, world of digitization, world of modernization, where our modernity goes. In that context, in a broader context, I put the discussion. And before that, I congratulate the coordinators, especially Vikram, my dear student. He is a very close friend of mine and he has organized this. I am very thankful to him and all the friends and those who have supported him and all the students of Birsa University and other universities, invited guests, delegates, and our session chair, Dr. Professor Bhagaban. He is the professor, he was the professor of Central University Hyderabad. He is with us. It is a great opportunity to be with him in the dais. And Srijukta Parida, who was the IS officer of Elector of Koraput district, Vibhu Prasad Naik, just like my student, and Madam, who is the MLA of Koraput, sure. I pay my all respect and good wishes to all of you and start a few points which are very unconventional, part of my unconventional thinking. Tribal development has been an issue always with us. Before LPG policy, before globalization, after globalization, it has been a problem of issue of development, and it has been a central issue of whole development process. But the flaw remains with the planning process is that the continuity of economic growth, which has remained a sacrosanct objective, that has been as exclusionary as before. In the central planning era of central planning for almost 44 years, we used to have central planning, the Nehruvian planning, and their tribal development was a bunch of welfare measures for tribal people. And up to 1991, we started LPG policy, globalization policy, and where we left everything to market, where survival of the fittest and struggle for existence, the two jungle laws came. Two jungle laws I say because it is punctuated with two laws, survival of the fittest and struggle for existence. In the process, tribals are bypassed as before. Therefore, the continuity of economic growth concept has remained bypassed. Neither the state policy nor the free market policy were helpful for the tribal development. Tribal development is the only issue where we are confused, we are having no direction which is relevant for the tribal people. Neither the state nor the market, free market policy today, and the state-led central planning process before. 43 years we have spent there, and now we have spent almost 33 years, 34 years. Almost 78 years we have spent, but tribal development has remained as ignored as before. It has remained a happening subject. It has remained a political slogan for just gathering, harnessing the vote bank. It has been an issue, but the main issue of tribal development, tribal areas remain neglected, because willy-nilly both the models, central planning model and the free market model, both the models depend willy-nilly on trickle-down theory. Trickle-down theory means never it is practical. It remained a theory and it never worked anywhere, anytime. The percolation effect remained almost nil or negligible. Percolation effect of the model. Being an economic student, we must admit theories are worse than the fact. The fact is powerful, theories are not really sacrosanct. Theories are self-defeating, self-correcting, self-rejecting, that we do not admit any theory anywhere, either in science or in physics, in the chemistry, in economics, whatever you make theorization, the theorization are having always limitation, that limitation we do not admit, and that is punctuated with rationality of the man. Rational, man is rational, you know that rationality is a question. We know rationality is better than irrationality. Rational man is better than irrational man. But we never question what is that rationality. That rationality is self-defeating first. It is never universal, never. Any theory you talk about, gravitation theory of physics, thermodynamics of law of physics, whatever you say, that is also rejectable. That is also correctable. It is subject to correction also, because this is not, truth is something else. Truth rejects both. Truth rejects both. What line coaching? Dhani and Garibo, Jane Dhani Garibo, but Santri Tiva Loko rejects both. The man who is happy, happy man rejects both rich and poor. Kali and Gori is better than Kali, but Gori is rejected by Sundari. Understand? Gori is merely Gori, but you can consider contextually, regionally, Gori is better than Kali. Not in Africa, not in France. I have visited almost the whole world for 50 times. International experience, I am adding with my village experience. I am khali jani chu iti Gori better than Kali, 80. Athua is better than Apathua. Dhani is better than Goribo. Dharma is better than Adharma. Bujiju. Ketu. Dharma is not Satya. Satya rejects both. Truth rejects both. Sundar, beauty rejects both. Because beauty at the core, ugliness at the periphery. Beauty is absolute. Beauty is absolute. But the perception about beauty is contextual. Beauty is absolute. Then you will appreciate this point. Beauty is absolute, but the perception about beauty is always local and subjective. Kaligori is a local concept. Similarly, economic growth, high economic growth, development, about development, our perception differs. Our perception about development differs. What is development also subjective? Anthropology लोगों को कहूँ बोले कथा, history लोगों को आवड़े कथा, economics लोगों को आवड़े कथा, political science लोगों को आवड़े कथा, anthropology, psychology लोगों, they will say different definitions of development. But development is absolute. Development is progressive concept. Development to me is empowerment of people and participation of people. People must be empowered, people must be participate. If you go very speedy, if the route is short, you go speedily. If route is long, then you have to go steadily. Steadiness and speediness, they are conflictual. Immediacy, expediency is different. Long-term goal is different. Short-term benefit, long-term benefit are different. If you go long, you have to go together. You have to go short, you have to go alone. अल्प बाटा जीवा पाई हेले दौड़ीबा पाई एकुटिया दौड़ीबो बेसी बाटा वाला सांग होई गेबो. If part of the philosophy of life. बेसी बाटा जीवा पाई हेले सांग रे जीवो. Go in a group. अल्प बाटा दौड़ीबा पाई हेले खेल रे फास्ट होबा पाई हेले दौड़ी की आगे जीवो. That is individualism. Individualism is not development. Whole educated class, whole elite group, they are busy in selfish motive of success, individual success, individual vice chancellor, very successful vice chancellor, very successful IS officer, very successful collector, very successful minister, successful chief engineer. Yes, these are all anecdotal. Individual success is not a success to be cited for tribal development. Tribal development remains unhelpful. In the context of tribal development, all are meaningless because we are focusing on individual success. That is related to a profession. Professional success is no success for the society because समूह मंगल व्यक्तिगत मंगल अच्छी व्यक्तिगत मंगल समूह मंगल नहीं. Individual success is not automatically implying social development or tribal development or the group development. Group development always implies my development. If I want to go in a development is a process, not an outcome. Development is not a contract phenomenon. It is not short-term goal. Development is not a short-term goal. It is not a expedient result. We expect instantly. Instantly it is not expected. But what exercise we do, the elite class. Development process has remained an elitist exercise and it is always dealing with a certain outcome. ये outcome नहीं, परिणाम नहीं, ये होती प्रक्रिया. Development is a process, not a outcome, result, fixed result. Is not the blueprint of the bureaucrats, not blueprint of the ministers or the ruling class. It's not a blueprint. It's not a game. It's not a gamble. It's not a gamble that is a win-lose situation. It is not a game where somebody will lose, somebody will gain. It is a win-win situation. Win-win situation where tribals are to be integrated in the as mainstream, not as a palliative to be given by the ruler for the rule. Sasana Gosti, Prajamanako, Devapai Nuhi, it's not doctor-patient relationship. It is a win-win situation. All are stakeholders, citizens are stakeholders. Just it is consistent with the democracy. Democracy is consistent with development. Democracy and development are consistent. Development of the people, by the people, for the people. Democracy is of the people, by the people, for the people. That's why democracy is exactly consistent with democracy and development are consistent. It has to be with the people, for the people. Local development by local no Munda by topi by Munda no. Ma by Bapa by ma no. Mother is not for the father. Father is for the mother. Here I go. Again mati. Vache gacha. Vacha bina mati. Vachi bina mati bina gacha nahi. Ma bina bapa nahi. Ma bina bapa gotte minute bachi paribo nahi. Kintu Odisha re bachुचंती. Bapa mane bachुचंती पुरुष mane मारिबे nahi. गोटे जणे बडा बचुचंती से मो कथा रे निश्चय मानिबे आ कि मानिबे नाहि. Ma bina bapa nahi. किंतु ओडिसा रे बचुचंती कोथि पे बापा मानकर एक्सपायरी डेट नहीं. बापा मां वाला पर संगे आउट बाहि पड़े. ओडिसा रे पॉसिबल. आ उल्टा ना मां माने बाहि परिबे ना करा सोशल टैबूज. सोसाइटी एते डिफेक्टिव सोसाइटी एते कंजर्वेटिव सोसाइटी बापा पाई गोटा पवित्र मां पाई सेटा अपवित्र. ई कोन मनुष्य तो मनुष्य एवरीबॉडी इज अ मैन. से भी मनुष्य वो भी मनुष्य. मां पाई पुरुष पाई पवित्र पितल मच्छर बाजी मस्जिद रे सुना पुरुष तो बिना 10 टा गर्लफ्रेंड कर चलिबो कि बोलती झियोटा गोटे गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड गोटे करता अधिक आतिटा करता ए झियोटा कैरेक्टर बस बाजी झियो संगे संगे कैरेक्टर डेफिनेशन मध्ये अलग है होची कैरेक्टर द डेफिनेशन इज आल्सो कंटेक्चुअल एंड सब्जेक्टिव एंड सेल्फिश जेतरे मध्ये यूनिवर्सल एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं कैरेक्टर यूनिवर्सल एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं रहला कथा व्हाट इज कैरेक्टर আমি যা বুঝিছু সেটা মধ্য ডিফেক্টিভ এন্ড কনজারভেটিভ অ্যাটিটিউড টু ওমেন স্ত্রীলোক ମାନଙ୍କ বিরুদ্ধে যাଉଛି ସେ ডেফিনেশন सक्सेस ମଧ୍ୟ ডেফিনেশন सक्सेस সফলতার ডেফিনেশন ମଧ୍ୟ যাଉଛି that is also not universal success what is that success means selfish जे सफल से ମଧ୍ୟ ସ୍ୱାର୍ଥପର ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ବଡ଼ କହୁଛି इलिटरेट कहुची मु जानि नाही सक्सेस कहुची आई डोंट केयर इलिटरेट लोकटी पचारलो रेवेन्सा की बिरसा मुंडा की पचारलो मु जानि नाही मु बाबा पाठवाटा पढले मु जानि नाही से की बिरसा मुंडा हला की बिरसा मुंडा मु जानि नाही किंतु एजुकेटेड हाईली एजुकेटेड लोक पचारले कहुची आई डोंट केयर is social problem I don't know is individual problem ignorance ମୁଁ ଜାଣି ନାହିଁ। ଇକୋନୋମିକ୍ସ ପ୍ରଫେସର କହିବ ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ମୁଗଲ କିଏ ଆକବର କିଏ, ତେଣୁ ମୁଁ ଆଇ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ କେୟାର, ମୋର କ'ଣ ଜାଣିବା ଦରକାର, ମୁଁ ଇକୋନୋମିକ୍ସ ପ୍ରଫେସର, ମୁଁ ପଣ୍ଡିତ କ'ଣ। So I don't care is a social problem. That is indifference. Indifference. Udasina. I love you, I hate you, clear. I love you, clear. I hate you, clear. किंतु उदासीन हो रोह टिके देखियो। I love you तो मैं कहि सारे मैं ऑलरेडी प्रपोज कर सारे झियो को कहूँ और टिके अपेक्षा करा दिमाग जाओ आरो बॉयफ्रेंड को छाड़ी सारे आ गोटे बॉयफ्रेंड अछि आ इंडिफरेंट। So indifference मते कोन कहूँ मते कष्ट पकोछ ना मो तारे जदी आई हेट यू कहि देबा ऐसा नो एसु नो मझी मझी है असुविधा निश्चय ओटे हेने सुंदर झिया हे आउरी सुंदर झिया को न है कि वो न झिया को मझी मझी हो नहीं आइदर धातु और अधातु आइदर यस और नो मझी मझी पुटी तो बाहु केमती कोन स्त्री पड़िला तो बाहर 6 मास वर्ष गलानी तो स्त्रीटा केमती पड़िला हां चलिबो फिर चलिबो कोन वही बात हां भलो पड़िला हां खराब पड़िला क्लियर करबो हां चलिबो माने नेगेटिव आपन चलिबो बोली से कहिला चलिबो माने से नेगेटिव साइड रे अछि ताको से कहि पारु नाही खराब बोली कहि पारु नै मु जाऊ नाही मु चालू नाही माने मु कांस्टेंट अछि माने मु स्टैग्नेट अछि माने आई एम रिग्रेसिंग मु कांस्टेंट अछि माने मु ठीक है ऊपर पड़ जीवन नै आगु जीवन नै पछ जीवन तमे भाबुछ कांस्टेंट बट एक्चुअली यू आर रिग्रेसिंग इटा मानु ना इट इज इन द नेगेटिव साइड मु कांस्टेंट ठीक है ऊपर पड़ जीवन नै आपण भाबुछ कांस्टेंट बट सोसाइटी आगु चालू छी मॉडर्निटी मॉडर्नाइजेशन समस्त आगु जाउ आपण कांस्टेंट अछि माने आपण निजे निजे पछु जाउते बहुत चलियो माने सेया इंडिफरेंस टुवर्ड्स ट्राइबल डेवलपमेंट सेया इंडिफरेंस सेंट्रल प्लानिंग रे हम किछि करि पारु ना हो खाली ताको ट्राइबल डेवलपमेंट विभिन्न पैलिएटिव्स विभिन्न पॉलिसी विभिन्न एजेंट विभिन्न ट्राइबल प्रोग्राम स्कीम सब खंजी देलो किछि हला नै 45 years they remain as backward as before on the contrary we try to detribalize them detribalization is not development tribalization to detribalization करो detribalization तापर कल्चर को भागी देबा में चेष्टा करो हम मॉडर्नाइजेशन तो हमें एक्सेप्ट करो यू कम टू द मेन स्ट्रीम ए न कहि कि ताको हमें करू विभिन्न प्रोग्राम करी ट्राइबल स्कूल जते प्रकार सब प्लान सब प्लान तो करी कि ताको करू चेष्टा करो स्टेट यो पॉलिसी कला स्टेट हैज फेल्ड 45 years almost 45 years we followed the Russian principle of socialist development but we failed utterly failed because it is part of rural neglect. Urban focus associated with rural neglect. Urban focus, highly urban biased and highly utterly rural neglect. In the process, tribal development remains trivialized. It's the most trivial item, trivial issue for the whole planners, developmentalists, professors, advisors. They remain ignorant. They just ignore. They remain ignored because development process remain elusive and elusive. So elusive illusion of development we created. Prahelika illusion and prahelika. To very critical development करूँ खाली शहर रा flyover करूँ बा airport करूँ railway सब करूँ infrastructural development करूँ but it could not touch the tribal areas. After that LPG policy ଆସିଲା state government କରି ପାରିଲା नहीं जो market में सब छाड़ दिया everything must be left to the market will decide efficiency and equity both अगर efficiency कथा कहूँ equity बेले कह दूँ growth with equity development with equity efficiency रहेगा equity रहेगा संघारे चेष्टा करो विभिन्न प्लान रे फर्स्ट प्लान सेकंड प्लान थर्ड प्लान फोर्थ प्लान सब प्लान रे मझे equity कथा टिके उठे efficiency with equity efficiency with social justice ये कहूँ तो किसी हला नहीं तापर असला privatization policy because we thought enemy of enemy is a friend हमें भाबिलु enemy of enemy is a friend किंतु enemy of enemy can be also enemy हमें भाबिदेलु ये शॉर्ट करछि उतो टिके मजा करी कहै पिला माने बस स्टैंड पिला माने को टाणी रखिया पाई ई होची मोर मेथड मोर क्लास प्रत्येक क्लास 6 घंटा प्रत्येक दिन क्लास में गोटे क्लास मोर 3 घंटा बीसी हला पर्यंत BC हेबा पर्यंत ए रेभेन्सार पिला मानिबार अछंती रेभेन्सार पिला पढाते क्लासरूम पूरा फुल जगह नଥାଏ ठिया हेबा पे जगह नଥାଏ इकोनॉमिक्स प्रोफेसर के मु पढाए पॉलिटिकल साइंस मैनेजमेंट जियोग्राफी पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट प्रत्येक डिपार्टमेंट पिला मते डाकी देबे मु बसे दिदी 15 मिनिट ପାଇଁ कथा ପାଇଁ ଯାଇଥିବି କିନ୍ତୁ 3 घंटा हो जाए भाइस चांसलर दिन थाए प्रत्येक दिन क्लास नहीं when I was vice chancellor I was also taking class every day 2-3 hours physics class chemistry class में होती है physics class होती है philosophy होती है connecting physics to life connecting chemistry to life connecting physics to society सब कथा सोसाइटी रो आसी physics is not away from social issues ethical issues or morality issues is अलग पढ़ा जाएगी पढ़ा जीवा कथा नहीं part of life everything has come from the life तथ्य रो तत्व आसी fact रो theory आसी कौन से theory आकाश रो आसी नहीं we never create truth we always prove disprove unveil the truth से दिखाए सत्य से दिखाए सत्य को हम चिनी पारुना ताको ଗୋଟେ पर्दा थाए जे पर्दा को हटोछु ताको को फिजिक्स ताको को केमिस्ट्री physics chemistry is not science really not science it's not technology technology खाते मंगल ग्रह रे जीवन खोजु जीवन रे मंगल खोजिना मंगल ग्रह रे जीवन खोजिबो ना जीवन रे मंगल खोजिबो कोन sorry professor just I'm looking at your face two sentences I'm talking in Odia just to encourage and motivate the students I'll explain you my point whenever I see you alone मंगल ग्रह रे जीवन खोजिबो ठीक कि आगे जीवन रे मंगल खोजिबो आगे मां पछे बाबा भौणी भाई ये सब सदस्य all are members of the family father is a member brother is a member sister is a member but mother is a force mother is a fact mother is a force and a fact that the rootedness of the tribal people rootedness is lacking of the educated ones जे शिक्षित से मध्य तार मध्य मूल नाही खाली डाळ रे से मातुची कोची कोटा मो अमेरिका रे मो सिंगापुर रे मो ड्राई जापान रे मो बड़ ड्राई वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ई सब गर्व करू छु ऑल आर क्रिएटिंग arrogance and indifference शिक्षित लोक arrogant educated people arrogant रावण मध्य शिक्षित थिला ज्ञानी थिला मध्य एवं गर्वी थिला तार ज्ञानता विरुद्ध रे गला ज्ञानतार बसबास सुर साजिला आमे एजुकेटेड लोक है कि ट्राइबल कथा कहिले हमें तमरे साइड पर करी ओ पैट्रोनिक्स बटे ठीक तांका साइडरे लेबा ताको ଗୋଟେ पैट्रियार्कल एटीट्यूड हम भीतर रहिला द पैट्रोनिक्स डेवलपमेंट हैज रिमेन्ड ए पैट्रोनिक्स नॉट ए प्रोसेस इट हैज टू बी ए प्रोसेस where they should be included mainstreaming tribal issue is necessary अजी पर्यंत ग्लोबलाइजेशन आसिला प्राइवेटाइजेशन आसिला फ्री मार्केट पॉलिसी आसिला अंबानी आसिला जिंदल मित्तल भूषण ये सब आसी गले hundreds of भूषण hundreds of मित्तल hundreds of अग्रवाल आसी गले they invested money capital is dominating our thought process our FDI our multinational companies they are dominating the economic scenario of the country even success of the Trump is also not personal success, it is the success of the multinational companies. So, what I am talking, the real issue of our country, that is tribal issue, they are the quite a large number, large percentage. They are ignored, they are bypassed, and any seminar you think, any seminar, anywhere you go, the discussion on farmer, discussion on tribal, they are conspicuously absent. They are never found. You are discussing about farmer, you are discussing about rape is murder ହେଇଛି rape ହେଇଥିବା ଲୋକ ସେଠି କେହି ଜଣେ ନଥାନ୍ତି rape କୁ ସପୋର୍ଟ କରୁଥିବା ଲୋକ ନଥାନ୍ତି କିନ୍ତୁ ସେମିନାର ହଉଥିବ rape ଉପରେ murder ଉପରେ trafficking ଉପରେ child problem ଉପରେ child level ଉପରେ ଏବଂ ट्राइबल ଉପରେ ଗୋଟେ ट्राइबल ସେଠି ନଥାନ୍ତି ये होची सेमिनार ये होची a part of exclusion so development must be inclusive and automatically rootedness ଆସିଗଲା claiming the roots ଯାହାର ମୂଳ ନାହିଁ ତାର ଡାଳ ନାହିଁ ଯାହାର ଚେର ନାହିଁ ସେ ବଞ୍ଚି ପାରିବ ନାହିଁ
बड़ा प्रॉब्लम होची हमर रूटेडनेस नहीं जे गार नो से शहर नो जे बापर नो से ससुर नो जे बापर नो जे मायर नो से ससुर नो जे गार अछि ना ए शहर मध्ये अलोडा जार मूल ठीक नहीं मूल माने आई एम ए मैन मोर आगे मनुष्य पछे डाक्टर आगे मनुष्य पछे इंजीनियर पछे हबार कोन होची ना सुना इटा रूपा इटा घरे घरे 5 कोटी 10 कोटी 100 कोटी रा संपत्ति मालिक ओटे चाकरी इंजीनियर डाक्टर कथा पूछ इंजीनियर डाक्टर कोन करछे प्रोफेसर कथा को प्रोफेसर चांस पाउने बोली प्रोफेसर चांस पाइले से करप्शन करता हम सब टेंशन पड़ुची पॉलिटिकल लोक विरुद्ध रे के पॉलिटिकल लोक खाली नते हम जेंति का हम पॉलिटिकल लोक सेंति हम इंजीनियर सेंति हम पुलिस सेंति का बेटा भाजी पुलिस रो हाथ लगा पड़ी पकड़े डाक्टर रो पाठ पढ़ा बुझियो नै यदि बिछि हो किछि काम आसे प्रोफेसर कोन बोलबे बदल प्रोफेसर मो बिना धर्म कहूची एमे जा पाठ पढ़ाई किछि जीवन रे काम आसु नै मन करछि रूटेडनेस कथा कहले ट्राइबल वाला मेन होची माइग्रेशन पोस्ट माइग्रेशन बॉन्डेड लेबर इंडेटेडनेस डिस्ट्रेस हेल्थ ये होची ट्राइबल प्रॉब्लम ये प्रॉब्लम को मोटे एड्रेस वाला नहीं फ्री मार्केट पॉलिसी नेवर एड्रेस द मेन प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द ट्राइबल्स डिस्ट्रेस हेल्थ ट्रैफिकिंग लेबर ट्रैफिकिंग बॉन्डेड लेबर प्रॉब्लम चाइल्ड लेबर प्रॉब्लम indebtedness of the dominance of the money lenders, institutional credit could not replace the non-institutional credit system. ये सब बड़ा प्रॉब्लम रहिला आदि पर्यंत whether it is central policy or the free market policy. Neither state could solve the problem, not market is going to solve the problem. Market fails, state has also failed. Therefore, the solution probably not in these two. Enemy, ये तारा enemy के free market is the enemy of the state. State is the enemy of the market. हमें भाभी नहीं छू. ये तारा कांग्रेस वाले जनता से जनता वाले बीजेपी से आजकल हम लोग ताकि लोग किसी हो ना. Because enemy of enemy is also enemy. Because inappropriate and irrelevant. Rationality, हमारे जितने बुद्धि, जितने ज्ञानो, सबू ज्ञानो जाऊँची. बेकार का हमारे अप्रासंगिकता. Irrelevant. Relevance is necessary. Relevance is question mark. Therefore, we need a mid path of cooperative system. We need a cooperative system, a mixed system, whether it is not state, it is not market. For tribal development, for women development, for child development, for environmental issues, for terrorist issues. These two solutions are not solution. Market is not a panacea. Free market policy is not a panacea. It creates another problem. So all these global issues, all these national issues are to be addressed in a different context. It should not be free market policy. We must discard free market policy for tribal development, women development. These two developments are not necessary for free market policy is the most inappropriate, not appropriate. Thank you very much. And dear students, I think I could get some point which I addressed by my humorous method of communication, because I know humor is a powerful method of communication. यदि बहुत डिफिकल्ट कथा कहबी सो ऊपर पळेबो सर बढ़िया कहउथिले किछि बुझी पारे नै बढ़िया कहउथिले पण किछि बुझी पारे नै बढ़िया पढउथिले फिजिक्स बढ़िया पढउथिले किछि बुझी पारे तेनु करी प्रशंसा करू बढ़िया इंग्लिश कोचिंग पाइ बढ़िया तो की इंग्लिश कहउछथि बढ़िया इंग्लिश कहउछथि की ज्ञान मोटे इंग्लिश नु speaking good English, speaking bad English is not knowledge. Be clear on that. So English is a language. Thank you very much. Let us think for development, real development, which is resilient, which is really, we must reselect our thinking. Rethink, fresh thinking is necessary. Neither for free market policy nor state is necessary for tribal development. We must integrate them. They must be in the mainstream. Mainstreaming, howsoever slow it may be, but it must be consistent. It must be steadiness. Steadiness gives you speediness, not vice versa. Jore dowdile steadiness ase nai, because stability is ability. Stability is ability and clarity is stability. Clarity is same as conviction. Jar clear mind achi, tar conviction achi. Jar stability achi, tar ability achi. Stability means steadiness. Steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. We must be steady. Jore dowdile high economic growth kale hobo nahi. Higher hyper economic growth goes against tribal development. If स्पीड रे दौड़िबो कोन टाटा जीवो अदानी जीवो मित्तल जीवो आ केही जाई परिबे नै 200 बिलियन वी हैव प्रोड्यूस 200 बिलियन এটা দুঃখ গর্ব নুহে দুঃখ গর্ব নুহে পুଅ যদি আমেরিকার রহিলা দুঃখ গর্ব নুহে আমেরিকার গলা আমেরিকাতে গলা সেটি রহিলা রহিগলা ସବୁଦିନ ପାଇଁ ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ଶ୍ୱଶୁର ମଲା ବେଳକୁ ଆସିଥିଲା ବାପା ମଲା ପରେ ଆସିଲା ବାପା ମଲା ପରେ ଶ୍ୱଶୁର ମରିବା ଆଗରୁ ଦୁଃଖ ନା କର ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ଭେରି ମଚ୍ ବହୁତ ବହୁତ
He has made some debatable, comments, and I'm sure we will discuss those things. Now I would request, I don't know whether we should go for the questions right now or a little later. What should we do? Should we take the questions right now? Okay, maybe a few questions, if you have questions. Yes, you come forward. If you are very loud, no problem, otherwise come forward and ask a question. Okay? No, I can hear it, but everybody should say yes. No, is there a mic? Yeah, there is a mic. Wait for a while.
Morning, sir. First of all, sir, आपको बहुत बड़ा harsh use कर चुकी है.
If you can speak English, it's better because there are some people who don't understand Odia. So if you cannot speak in Odia, that's not an issue.
No, sir. Sir already told us many harsh truth about the tribal problems. He also mentioned many of the points in his debate that like the intellectual peoples have the arrogance first. Then he told about that whenever we do any kind of conflict, then the real victims are not present over there. And the third point he said that we need a cooperative system to develop the tribals. So my question is, we are saying that we must build a cooperative system, but how can we do that? What is your proposal for that kind of cooperative system which will help the tribals to develop it? Thank you.
I am in a hurry. The immediate response is integration. We must integrate them. And cooperative process is the only process where they can be integrated. Otherwise, they remain bypassed. Otherwise, bureaucrats, politicians, educationists, they make some plan where they are never participants, where they will never participate. Therefore, development has to be participative, has to be sharing, has to be empowerment, there should be entitled. So, entitlement, empowerment is necessary in the development process because it is the hallmark of development. So, without integrating, not possible. Therefore, cooperative, they can be integrated, they can be assimilated, and self-reliant tribal economy is possible. Tribal economy and village economy must be self-reliant. Self-reliance has become a slogan nowadays. The slogan it should be reality. It should be reality. Therefore, we must go slow. We need not go for higher GDP, higher economic growth. We must go as we are. Imitation is dangerous. Imitating Russian economy, imitating American economy is dangerous. That's why we are following the Western model. We are following economy model. Economy models are myopic. Myopic, let us admit, I am a student of economics. You may get Nobel Prize, but your Nobel Prize is irrelevant to the society. You may get a very good theory and you get good Nobel Prize, world-class recognition, but it has no relevance for the reality. Reality is different. Statistics is worse than the reality. Statistics that we produce, we fabricate. We fabricate manufacture statistics to support our logic, to support our PhD thesis. प्रत्येक दिन लोगों की ओर PhD पाउची. प्रत्येक दिन छुआ जन्म होला भलिया की ओर डॉक्टरेट पाउची. ते डॉक्टरेट ला चुली को तार खरे जाऊ. तार कामला आसुची भाई चांसलर को संतुष्ट करिवा पे प्रेमिक को संतुष्ट करिवा पे भाई चांसलर प्रेमिक. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. प्रोफेसर हेगला परे निर्माण. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Wait, no. I have a couple of comments. We have a very famous Sanskrit saying, Vidya dadati vinaya. Somebody who has a degree like PhD is not educated, just has a degree. Don't forget that my forefathers who never went to an English medium school were educated. They discuss these things. And when you talk about the mainstream, whose mainstream? Is it the people's mainstream? Mainstream of the elites? There is a difference between intellectuals and elites. Intellectuals have fire in their heart, in their brain. Elites don't have. They look to be their, if I say that in Odia, Nila Varna Sugaras from Mitra, Panchtantra. Nilvarna Sugar, this story I'm telling. We'll discuss these things if there is time. So thanks to Professor Das. Now I would request Madam Anita Subhadarshini Patnaik. She is the Member of Parliament from Aska right now, and I request her to, make her presentation.
Jai Jagannath. Sarvaprathame, being in electoral politics, when Sir was asking about how many of you doesn't understand Odia, only one hand was raised. So I will go with the majority. I will speak in Odia. Thank you. Honorable all the guests who have Sammanit Manch, our former VC, Kumar Bardash, University of Hyderabad, Honorable Panchan Mahanti, our ex-collector Gadadhar Barida, Professor Vibhu Prasad Naik, Professor Tata Institute of Social Science, and all the lovely students out there, Mu Anita Subhadarshini Patnaik, Member of Parliament, Aska Lok Sabha, आपण मानक एठो अभिनंदन जणाउची सम्मान जणाउची और बहुत बहुत शुभेच्छा मध्य दउची बंधुगण there was tree tapping during the previous speaker by the honorable Dias member. That means you have a very limited period of time and you have to complete your speech within that time, and I will definitely do that, I promise. आज आमे एठी उपस्थित हेचे भगवान बिरसा मुंडांकर 150तम जयंती ताकू उत्सव रूप पालन कर जो गोटे मध्यम आम मान को मिली मुझे कृतज्ञता ज्ञापन करुँच समस्ते आपण मैंने इंटेलेक्चुअल्स जातस्य मरण ध्रुव जी जन्म है से मृत्यु हम तार यहाँ सुनिश्चित कथा किंतु मात्र 25 वर्ष बयसर जीवन सोपान भितर भगवान आख्या पाइबा धरती आबार आख्या पाइबा धरती आबा है पृथ्वीर पिता आख्या पाइबा एटा निश्चय भगवान बिरसा मुंडा को गोटे साधारण जनसमुद्र भितर निश्चित भाव में अलग करके रखी जो आज तांकर मृत्यु पर आज तांकर 150तम जयंती आम आज पाइबा एकाठी होचे बंधुगण दीर्घ 150 वर्ष लगिगला आउ टिके आगुर मु सुनुथिली सर वाज वेरी क्लियर द लाइफ रे इट हैज टू बी ब्लैक और इट हैज टू बी व्हाइट. But I don't know whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, but life is always sir about green. If you lose that color's blindness, then life becomes very tough and nobody enjoys a tough life. So, Birsa Munda ko, Bhagaban Birsa Munda ko kotha ko chiba. Sabu bele amara sadharan monare thae je janajati, adivasi janajati sampradaya hele niskapata, dirih au saral. एटा आमे माने कथा हला बेले समस्ते जानती किंतु आमे माने जेते बेले आपण माने बहुत आउरी पुराणा को जानतो काहे कि आमे बिरसा मुंडा कर जयंती आज पाळुची काहे कि ना जो से समय इंग्रेज मानक शासन रे माने तो आपण माने केमि कहबे डरी गिरी हो तांको शासन रे शासित होकी हो लोभावशवर्ती हेकी हो जो अन्याय अत्याचार आदिवासी संप्रदाय पे होतला तारी विरुद्ध रे स्वर उत्तोलन करथिले बिरसा मुंडा तेणु ए जो तांकर जने नेतृत्व जेतबेले नेतृत्व क्या का को मनुष्य स्वीकार करे खाली आज्ञा कोठी कॉलेज इलेक्शन हो साधारण निर्वाचन हो कोठी इलेक्शन रे एमपी एमएलए मंत्री गले के से नेता नो नेतृत्व होची जन व्यक्तित्व प्रति आकर्षित होई त्याग बलिदान देई किछि गोटे बृहत्तर स्वार्थ दृष्टि काम करी जहा को हमें मानिबा सेटा हला नेतृत्व मु जेमति आउटिके आगु सरकारଙ୍କର विभिन्न कथा पॉलिसी रो के थिला दुर्भाग्य के सौभाग्य मु जाने नि गोटे राजनीतिक परिवार रु आसे छी मो बाबा को बोधे किए जानी आपण मैंने मुझे स्वर्गत मंत्री श्रीजुक्त रामकृष्ण पट्टनायक झील तेणु छोट बेलू गोटे राजनैतिक माहौल में बढ़ी एंड माय फादर ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू से पीपल गेट ए गवर्नमेंट दे डिजर्व जदि आज आम सरकार जहाँ पाइबा कथा ताको पाऊने देन वी डिजर्व ए गवर्नमेंट लाइक दिस सो वी गॉट ए गवर्नमेंट लाइक दिस सो एथे मो स्पष्ट मत राजनीति मंच को आनिबि नहीं राजनीतिक मंच ये कि नेता गुण टे रही जाऊे तो राजनीति बाहरी जाऊँगी तेणु बिरसा भगवान बिरसा मुंडा पाखक जा तेणु मात्र 19 वर्ष बयस धरती आबार जो टाइटल मिलता से समय इंग्रेज शासन विरुद्ध रे युद्ध करिकी जो आदिवासी समाज को एकाठी करिकी तांको आदिवासी समाज को सेतबेले कर दबा हो अधिक तांकर जमी छड़े नबा हो ता विरुद्ध रे आंदोलन करिकी तांको गोटे सामूहिक भाव में गोटे जिनस लड़िले गोटे जिनस से प्रमाणित करथिले से समय रे जे गोटे संप्रदाय प्रति गोटे समाज प्रति गोटे कुल प्रति निजर डेडिकेशन आमे जोठी हम उत्पत्ति जोठू आमे जाउचे सेठी प्रति सब बळे निजर आनुगत्य रहिबा उचित आ बिरसा मुंडा भगवान बिरसा मुंडा बहुत भाव में रामायण रु प्रभावित हेतिले आपण देखिबे जेतबेले प्रभु श्री रामचंद्र जाइथिले आगे जेतबेले सीता मां को मुद्रिका दबा पई जे प्रभु आसीबे आपण को एटी उद्धार करि देबे सेटे हनुमान सेतबेले निजर जेतबेले इंट्रोडक्शन जोटा को हमें कहूचे दउचली सेतबेले से निजर बड़ ऊपर निजर दक्षता ऊपर निजर शक्ति ऊपर कहि नथिले मु रामदूत हनुमान मु रामकर दूत सेति आपण माने कॉलेज रे पाठ पढुचंती जोटा भी आपण काली सकाळे की कोठी प्रतिष्ठित होइतिबो की कोठी बड़ जगह रे थिबो तार ठिकाना नै किंतु समस्त जीवन रे हमें मन रखिबा जे आपण माने जेति आज भी हमें स्कूल पटे गला बेल को टिके रहि जाउछु एटा हम स्कूल हमें स्कूल रे पाठ पढुथुलु हमें बीजेपी रे पाठ पढुथुलु हमें उत्कल यूनिवर्सिटी रे पाठ पढुथुलु तेणु आमे जोठी पहुंचे जहाँ भी करंतु जीवन रे निजर उत्पत्ति ठू केबे निजको अलगा करिवे नाही काहेकि ना सेइडा होची हमर परिचय सेइडा हमर जी हमको परिचय देछि तेणु बिरसा मुंडा निज संप्रदाय पे निजर जाति पे जो आदिवासी मानकर अधिकार पे जो निष्पेषित अवहेलित अवस्था रे जो माने दिले जो माने शोषण रे शिकार होतिले तांकू किभली सेतुरु आनिकिरी गोटे सम्मान सहित स्वाभिमान सहित बंचिबार अधिकार दिया जाई परिबो से लड़ी से सेठी पई करथिले जेतबेले से कारागार वर्ण करथिले जेतबेले तांकू विष दिया जाई अत्यंत अमानुषिक भाव में मारी दिया गला मात्र 25 वर्ष बयस रे सेतबेले से जेल रे थाइकिरी निजर शरीर त्याग करथिले सेतबेले आपण चिंता करछु तो डॉक्टर सेठी तांकू इंग्रेज सरकारंकर ये रे तांकू लेखि कि देथिले जे मृत्यु साधारण कारण रो हेछि हइया जनित मृत्यु हेछि तेणु से डॉक्टर सेतबेले से जागा छाड़ी कि चली गले जो सहयोगी चंद्रशेखर सेवा करुथिले सी भावंतु से मानसिक भारसाम्य हराइथिले भगवान बिरसा मुंडा को मृत्यु परे आपण चिंता करतु गोटे व्यक्तित्व केते प्रभावित करिथिबो गोटे व्यक्तित्व केते आपण से व्यक्तित्व द्वारा प्रभावित हेतिबे तांको ग्रहण करथिबे तांको नीति को मानिथिबे तांको आदर्श को मानिथिबे तांको संगे झास दबा पे आपण सब बेले रेडी हेतिबे जे तांकर मृत्यु आपण को मानसिक भारसाम्य हराइबा पे बाध्य करिवो ये थिले भगवान बिरसा मुंडा मते सब बेले गोटे दुख लागे जे दीर्घ एते वर्ष बीती गला परे मध्य आमे सी आदिवासी संप्रदाय को समाज रे आपण स्वाधीनता संग्राम कोहतु समाज रो विकास कोहतु तांकर जो त्याग तांको बलिदान तांको जो सहयोग सेति पई आमे तांको काहे कि तांकर उचित मूल्य तांको उचित स्थान तांकर उचित स्वाभिमान तांको दबा पई काहे कि आम मान को दीर्घ 75 वर्ष लागि गला स्वाधीनता परे कोन पई आमे तांको आज भी देई पाते नहीं तेणु कोठी ना कोठी आमे समस्तकर दायित्व एटा आमे समस्त पे प्रश्न रो उत्तर देवार समय आसीची केही राजनीति हो को साधारण वर्ग हो को भी आड़े आमे माने समस्त जो माने निज बुद्धिजीवी कहूचे समाज सुधारक बोली कहूचे जो मान समाज को आगु को बढ़ाई माने निज योगदान देउचे आमे केही भी ए प्रश्न रो बंची परिबानी बोली मु विश्वास करे भगवान बिरसा मुंडाकर जो जेतबेले आपण जनजाति मानकर जेतबेले देखिबे मु तो सब बेले आपण मानकु भी कहिबी जोठी आपण माने जनजाति आदिवासी मानकर देखिबे मेला हुए खूब सुंदर सुंदर जिनस ताकर भी मिले आपण माने ताकू भी किणंतु से माने को स्वावलंबी करिबा पई प्रथम परिबते अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी का समय रे आपनकर ट्राइबल अफेयर्स गोटे सेपरेट मिनिस्ट्री है ता पूर्व आगे आदिवासी व्यापार गोटे मंत्री मंत्रालय मध्ये नथिला तेणु वर्तमान अंतत से समय जाईची गत 2021 मसिया रे बिरसा मुंडा भगवान बिरसा मुंडा जयंती को आम जातीय जनजाति गौरव दिवस रूप में पालन करुचे एंड गत नवेम्बर 15 तारीख में आपण माने प्राय विभिन्न माने समग्र देशर विभिन्न स्थान में यार पालन भी होता आम मैंने समस्ते प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी से भाषण से जो बिहार जात्रा कार्यक्रम होता ता सहित प्राय टेक्नोलोजी माध्यम 1 कोटी लोक जोड़ी गई तेणु आज आसतु ये जो युवपीढ़ी आम जो युवपीढ़ी सामने बसी आपण मानकर प्रभु बिरसा मुंडा बहुत किसी शिखबार अच्छी कहीं आपण भावतु भगवान बिरसा मुंडा जी युवराज श्री रामचंद्र आरंभ कर पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु श्री रामचंद्र जो यात्रा तारी भितर सबुठ अधिक जदि कहार योगदान रही आम आदिवासी भाई भौणी मानकर आम आदिवासी संप्रदाय अच्छी यहाँ आम मैंने कहीं भूलवा उचित नुह आमे माने शिखा उचित जीवन में जो परिस्थिति आसुना कहीं जीवन में जहाँ भी आसुना कहीं जीवन द्वितीय नाम है आज्ञा संग्राम और संघर्ष आपण जीवन में संघर्ष संग्राम करने जदि संग्राम नहीं संघर्ष नहीं ताहले जीवन में विजय नहीं कि कौन सी प्रकार पाइबार जो आशा पाइबार जो निशा नहीं आम मैंने जाऊे ताले निश्चित भाव में आमको आम संग्राम आम संघर्ष भांगी न पड़ी एकाठी लड़वा और सामूहिक लड़ाई सब बेले शेष पर्याय है विजय समस्ते एकाठी आम संस्कृति आम गर्व आम गौरव मु प्रथमे गोटे ओडिया मो ओडिया तो मोर गर्व रहिबार अछि मु ओडिया तापरे मु एमपी बहुत पछता सर्वप्रथमे मु ओडिया मो भाषा मो राज्य मो संस्कृति मो ऐतिह्य एला मोर परिचय बाहर आज भी आगे दिल्ली रे आमे कहला बेले प्रथम काम होछि आमे ओडिसा रु आसीछु वी आर फ्रॉम ओडिसा तेणु समस्त मोर अनुरोध निज भाषा निज जाति निज गर्व को लेकिन गर्व करतु समस्त कहीं आगे पछेगा उचित किए भल इंग्लिश कहूँ कहू दैट्स फाइन वी एप्रिशिएट दैट बट भल इंग्लिश कहवा चक्कर रे मु ओडिया को भूली जीवी मु ओडिया को हरे देवी एटा दबा उचित नुह अंततः भगवान बिरसा मुंडा जीवन शैली आम एति शिखा युवपीढ़ी आपण मैंने आउ गोटे अनुरोध रहेगा सब संघर्ष को पछेबे ना आमर पूर्वतन प्रधानमंत्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी दी लाइन मो तो भारी पसंद जीवन रे हारिबा आसीबो जीतिबा आसीबो बहुत किछि आसीबो ना हार में ना जीत में ना हार में ना जीत में किंचित नहीं भयभीत में किंचित नहीं भयभीत में संघर्ष पथ पर जो भी मिला वो भी सही ये भी सही और जब जीवन में भांगा को हम ना शेष पर्यंत जीवन युद्ध में रहा ही पड़ो कारण जिते भगवान बिरसा मुंडा युद्ध आरंभ करते संग्राम जो आरंभ करते हुए तो से भावी नी भगवान आख्या मिल दिने धरती आबार आख्या मिल किंतु जदि से जो उन्मूलन आंदोलन कथा आपने शुणिथे जो आदिवासी संप्रदाय तार जगह तार जमी पाइबारे सफल होता आज आसतु गत नवेम्बर मसरे प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी 6000 कोटी टंकार विभिन्न आदिवासी मानक आदिवासी संप्रदाय विभिन्न प्रकल्प उद्घाटन करुँच आम समस्ते जी जोठी पारिबा जो हिसाब रे पारिबा आमर व्यक्तिगत योगदान जहाँ आम व्यक्तिगत भाव जी आम योगदान कर समाज आगू को बढ़ापी समाज को सुंदर भाव में गढ़ी तोड़ापी गोटे सुस्थ समाज जो परिकल्पना करें विकसित भारतर जो परिकल्पना विश्वगुरु भारतर जो आशा लेकिन आम मैंने समस्ते एकाठी आज आसतु समस्ते निज निजर योगदान करवा आउ पुणी थे भगवान बिरसा मुंडा पादचरण में कोटि कोटि प्रणाम जनाऊँगी महाप्रभु माँ कटकचंडी आपण समस्त को भलरे रखंतु समस्ते जीवन में बहुत सफल हो दीर्घायु हो सुस्थ हो किंतु भगवान बिरसा मुंडा जो नीति आदर्श निज संस्कार निजको कौन सी क्षेत्र रे भी जेते असफलता आसु जहाँ आसु हारिबो नाही ए गोटी को आपण मान मोर संदेश जय जगन्नाथ वंदे उत्कल जननी
Thank you very much, Madam Anita Priyadarsini Subhadarsini Patnaik. Thank you very much for your comments and he belongs to the Munda community, but Birsa is not a Munda word, it's a Dravidian word, which means to unite, to bring together. So Birsa Munda was a person who was popular among the people, uniting Munda you can call. If you translate that into English, probably it will be uniting Munda kind of. So that is the reason for which you are so very popular. Number one. Number two, she said something which is very important. Well, there are umpteen number of research reports which emphatically demonstrate that a person who is strong in mother tongue will be strong in other tongue. A person who knows Odia very well will easily know English, Hindi, whatever language very well. Let me tell you, I have been educated in Odia medium throughout my life. Throughout my life, right from I have done that. But, well, I speak reasonably good English. My Hindi is fairly good, and I know 6 Indian languages fairly well. So, please, I would request whatever she mentioned, I want to emphasize, all of us must concentrate on our mother tongue, Odia. And for that, yesterday we were discussing, the parents must be made responsible if the children cannot speak Odia. I have spent my life outside Odisha, but we do speak only Odia at home. That's why my children, both children, tell them Athaban, Ekostari, Pachostari, Panchasi, they will easily understand. Forget about Odia language, these numerals. Yesterday you were here when I asked how many of you understand Ekostari. There are quite a few who don't understand Ekostari. India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Malaysia, Maldives, everybody is above. This is the status right now. Whatever you say is different. But the reality is, the data that we have got, you can check it. I have got the data from the internet. I've done this quite some time ago. When we were talking about development, I thought I should have looked at this website. Now, why is it happening? I'll take this example, about the cows and the goats. The Jersey cows and the Surodi goats. There are tribes in Odisha who hate milk. Hate milk. Ghira piyonti nahi, dhuna dunanti. The same thing, when I was in Mathura for 3 years, there was a kind of there was an organization which was supporting a lot of deprived children from different parts of the country. There are about 15, 20 young boys and girls from the northeast. I used to go and talk to them about what is happening out of interest, culture, language kind of thing. And they always objected to drinking milk. Everybody. From the northeast as well as so the Tibetan ones and the Munda tribes like Santal, Juan, Khadia, Savara, etc. They don't drink milk, they hate milk. So when you are giving a project, then you must know that such a project should be given to such people. So prior study is extremely important. If you don't do that, that's a problem. And see how the people were exploited, that is goat, that there is different, so it's not fit for that. There we have to intervene and convince them that don't go by whatever they think are right. So these things are quite important, and this is very, very important. And one thing about the rivers, look, there are others, Ganga. And if anybody has visited Assam, whenever you visit Assam, I have heard you more or less a person from Indira Goswami, a leading Assamese, writer who is no more. I knew that person very well. And she was teaching at Delhi University, so that is how I got to know her. She was telling that Brahmaputra is a leading river. If you build a bridge, it will change its route. That means we are obstructing her by building a bridge, so it will change its route. So that kind of thing, we have found that these Brahmanis, etc. We will also do how these families started to change on our river. Thank you very much for this extremely talk. Now I request a former bureaucrat, Thank you very much for Bhagaban. You know, he has mentioned quite a few important things. Look, first of all, I'll refer to Jabariputra, etc., etc. It shows that in the ancient India, women were quite important. Lakshmana, let me speak the Odia way. Lakshmana was called Somitri because he was Sumitra's son. And Ghatotkacha was a tribal son. Himasputra, but Hidimba, Hidimbi, whatever you say, her son. So this was quite important. Let's not say that, like, well, it's nothing new. We are talking about women empowerment today. In between, many things have happened. But it was like that, number one. Number two, when you mentioned mango and jackfruit, I was delighted. All the students, you must know that mango is an Indian word. It's not English. English has taken it from us. Jackfruit, have you heard ever apple fruit, mango fruit, etc., etc.? Sorry, apple fruit, grapefruit, etc.? No, never. So jack is again an Indian word. So they have added fruit to that. So, is there anybody who knows a little bit of Tamil? Okay, in Tamil, let me talk about mango. It's mangai in Tamil. So, mangai becomes mango, of course, in English, so these things are not important. This is one. And the other thing that she was mentioning is that when he talked about milk, let me tell you one more thing. If there is anybody who speaks Juan, Khadiya, Savara, Santali, etc., there is no word for milk in these languages. No word for milk. They, I'll tell you, they borrowed either the word from the surrounding languages, Indo-Aryan languages like Odia or whatever Indo-Aryan language, or they create a phrase. I'll give you an example. Adub da. Da is water. Adub is breast. Breast water. This is like a Munda expression. Adub da. They don't have such words. So this shows, so culture is very important, remember that. Culture, when you talk about projects, etc. for tribal, it's very important to talk about projects. Bibu was mentioning about worldview. Worldview is something where language and culture are very closely related. If you talk about language, you will talk about culture. Is there a Telugu speaker here? Okay, once, I'll tell you how. Once, there was a conference and we were waiting, and there was a Telugu speaker behind me. So, and he was telling, the color of the food item. He was saying that it was green, and he was using yellow for that. It's because in Dravidian languages, most of the Dravidian languages, there is one word for both green and yellow. For green, they would say akupacha, leaf pacha. For yellow, they would say pasupu pacha. Pasupu pacha is turmeric pacha, haladi pacha. So pacha, and those of you who are interested in photo painting, the names of the colors, I was delighted that day when I was interviewing somebody in Puri. He said pacha. Pacha is green. In our Odia also we use pacha, especially photo painting. So that kind of thing is quite exciting and interesting. And with these words, one more thing I'm sure all of you have heard. ଆପଣ ମାନେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଶୁଣିଥିବେ ଯେ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ହେଉଛି ପ୍ରଥମ ପ୍ରଦେଶ ଭାରତର 1936 ମସିହାରେ. No, it's wrong. ସେଟା ବିହାର ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଥିଲା. କିନ୍ତୁ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଅଲଗା ପ୍ରଦେଶ ହେଲା, ବିହାର ବି ଅଲଗା ପ୍ରଦେଶ ହେଲା ନା. You look at, Google, Bihar was also formed in 1936. Bihar, Odisha, but Uttar Pradesh, not the Odisha, Bihar. When I was in Bihar, they told me, no, you cannot claim that. We also, became a separate state in 1936. I know for sure.
Also Sindh also came into existence.
Yes, in 1936. Yes, and the same year, Sindh Pradesh was also established. Now it is in Pakistan. So that's a different. So I want to talk about that. So this is also this is happened, and with these words, I will a couple of things I would like to mention. I don't believe in binaries in India. You cannot say male and female, man and woman. No, you cannot. It's possible. Life and death, perfectly all right. But hot and cold, no, they are not binaries. After hot, you have warm, you have tepid, then you have cool, then you have cold. So you cannot say that hot and cold are binaries. They are not binaries. Life, death, yes. So you cannot always talk about binaries in this country. Remember that. That's extremely important. So, in a country like India, let's talk about multinaries. I'm a very strong believer in plurality, very strong believer in plurality. Let's talk about, multinaries in this country. That's extremely important. And I have been toying with an idea because our schooling is not educating people. The kind of schooling we have, it is actually encouraging people to get degrees. Most of the people are interested in marks. Both numbers are worried about now. Whether you are educated or learned something or education, I won't define that. Please go and Google yourself, find out what education is. If you are trying for a degree, it's not education. It's formal education, degree education. So here what is very important is there are countries that have started talking about de-schooling. And I think it's time, if we are talking about going back to the roots, let's start talking about a Gurukul kind of system. And slowly, I don't say that it can happen in a year or in a decade, but if we start discussing, it's possible. When we didn't have English medium schools, we were Vishwaguru. Now, in the sustainable development, goals, we are 109 out of 167 countries. Our India's position is 109 out of 167 countries. So it's time we started re-looking at our educational system, which is whatever Macaulay said is probably, it's certainly happening today. I have no doubt about it, but we'll discuss these things maybe during lunch. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I think we have discussed many important things in this panel, and with these words, I know there is some felicitation because I have been felicitated earlier. So thank you.
ରାଜନୀତିରୁ ବହୁତ କହିଲେ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ଯାହା ଦରକାର ସବୁ
How?
ଆମେ